I knew that was gonna happen as soon as I turned this thing on. Hey y'all, popping on really, really, really quick. I just want to that make sure my volume is up. I just want to make sure that you know what's going on, in my world, and I want to also underscore how you can possibly quit your 9 to 5 after having invested so much time, right? How you can do that after having almost 2 decades, if not more time. Um, I'll just say in that thing, right? How you could possibly do something so out of the ordinary, something so unprecedented, and something that is in like stark defiance of the status quo. You can absolutely do it, and it's simple, right? You pivot in purpose. So yeah, you might be quitting, right? But you're not quitting and throwing away everything that you know, everything that you bring to the table. You're pivoting. When you pivot, it means that you leave one foot planted and you rotate, right? So with your the foot that you're leaving planted is in your gifts, is in what you're naturally gifted in. It's not leaving the foot planted in where you are if you know that your time at that place, in that space, has expired. You're leaving your foot planted in what it is that comes naturally to you, and empowering yourself to use your gifts in a different way. You take your gifts wherever you go, whether you are leveraging them in the moment or not. Your gifts go with you wherever you go. And sometimes, you may be in a space in your career now where your gifts are not valued. You're not able to exercise them, often, if at all. And it may seem like they're going to waste. They're withering away, right? It's just untapped potential. And so when you pivot in purpose, you're leaning into your gifts and peeling away everything else that's no longer serving you. But you're also positioning yourself and opening yourself up to other opportunities that allow you to leverage and capitalize on your natural God-given gifts and doing something or some things that you absolutely enjoy doing, in service of other people, to have a bigger impact on other people, night and day from what you're experiencing. And so it's simple. Like, how do you quit your 9 to 5 after having invested so much time? You pivot in purpose, right? And I want to invite you to not only just pivot in purpose, but to pivot in purpose and get paid. And that's actually the brand new name of my newest offering, I guess you will say. I haven't really changed up a whole lot about how I serve my clients, but I have made some major tweaks in service of my clients that I believe will change the game, in helping my fellow go-getters that are still there, feeling stuck, feeling jaded, feeling frustrated, knowing that there's got to be more to life than what they're presently seeing, knowing that like this can't be life, this can't be it. There's something bigger, something greater that's calling you, nagging at your spirit, nagging at your soul, kind of keeping you awake at night. At the time of this recording, it's Sunday, and so you probably are dreading tomorrow because you know what's waiting for you, right? You do not want to show up in that place, whether it's just logging onto your computer remotely from home or having to actually get up and do the hustle bustle rat race thing and go report in somewhere to a place that's literally draining you, right? So for those individuals that know that there is something else for you to be doing, right? You know that you are likely not aligned with your purpose, your life's purpose right now. You know that there is regret that you would have if, God forbid, you were to take your last breath tomorrow, but you didn't give this thing a try, whatever that thing is, right? And you could be in a space where you don't have clarity yet on where it is that you should be going, on what that bigger vision is for you, or that bigger purpose assignment that God has for you is. And that's okay, but you know that there is something else there. You know that there is something else out there, and you have a desire to begin to peel back the layers and do that work to figure out what it is, so that you can then pivot confidently into that thing and let go of what's no longer serving you. So that could be you. You don't have the clarity yet, but you know that there is something, and you're willing to dive in. You're willing to do the work to figure it out. Or you could have the vision clear as day, but there could be a myriad of reasons why you haven't leaned into it. It could be fear, right? You don't know how. It could seem like it's a journey of a zillion steps, and it probably is. And that has you sitting in a state of like analysis paralysis, not doing anything. But you know that you have to do something. You have to make a move, but you want to make the right move. It could also be that you feel like you have the vision, but there's a couple of different paths or routes that you could take to get there, and you don't want to make the wrong decision, right? You got so much time in, you feel like you can't waste time, you can't waste money, all of these things. So again, you choose to do nothing just because you're waiting for the right time, you're waiting for the right opportunity, you're waiting for the right sign, all of these things, but yet you're sitting there spending time, I won't say wasting, spending time in places that are no longer serving you. And so for that reason, I have expanded one of my service offerings, and I'm now calling it Pivot in Purpose and Get Paid. Because why? I know that's exactly what you want to do, right? You have time in the game. You've got almost 2 decades as a career professional, and probably making decent money, if not 6 figures, upwards of 6 figures. And how in the world can I leave the security of either my corporate job, my government job, and leaping into something that's unfamiliar territory? You could be the first generation entrepreneur in your family, and this is total rocket science to you. I get it. I so get it. But what I'm here to tell you is that you don't have to go it alone. You can be supported, right? You can be provided with the accountability that you give everybody else. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you if you are willing to lean into it. So that being said, I promise that I would be brief. I want to invite you to Pivot in Purpose and Get Paid. And in short, it's a 6-month coaching engagement. It's a group coaching engagement that supports you with getting clear about what it is that you're going to do next, that you desire to do next, and also keeps you accountable with taking strides and making the steps to bring that vision to life. One step at a time. One step at a time. But also knowing that when you move your own cheese, there's some other boats that are going to rock. And as things seem like they're falling off the wall, as it seems like the foundation that has been sturdy for so long becomes not so sturdy, you're not going it alone. You have my support, right? And the support of other people in the program that are going through the same motions as you, right? And moving their own cheese, leaning into purpose, aligning with purpose intentionally. And what that allows you to do is when you're ready to give your notice, you give your notice confidently because you know what it is that is waiting for you on the other side because you've been doing the work behind the scenes. And I guarantee you, if it makes going to work on a Monday a lot less unnerving because now you have a new goal. Now you have a new attitude. Now you have something new that's driving you. And that 9 to 5 becomes just a constellation, a box that you're checking, right? So that you can get through the day and then come back and work on whatever this is that we're working on together in support of your big vision and your big dream. I need you to know that there is hope. There is hope, but you first have to decide. I know it seems like it could be a journey of a zillion steps, a zillion miles, and that's par for the course. You got some living to do, and you got some living to do in purpose. And aligning with your purpose, it gets to be fun. Doesn't mean it won't be without challenge, but it gets to be fun. It gets to be easy. It gets to be light. It gets to be heartwarming. It gets to be fulfilling. Like you get to feel those things again. You don't have to live a humdrum life and check boxes that other people have created for you if that's not in alignment with your purpose. And so it's if you've been feeling the nudge, the tug, however you want to put it, if you know that there is more to life than what you are currently seeing for yourself, especially when it comes to what you're doing to sustain yourself, I want you to know that you too can quit with confidence. I'm living proof. I have my clients are living proof, and you've got next. you've got next, especially if you have been watching my videos, right? You have been listening to what I've been sharing. You've seen the testimonials. You kind of been playing like hopscotch, or not hopscotch, double dutch, you know, leaning in, leaning out, not quite ready to jump into the rope and take your turn at it, right? This is for you. You can pivot in purpose and get paid. That's what it's all about. Let your gifts make room for you. But first, you must decide. The first step for you to do this, if you know that this program is for you, or you have the least bit of interest, it's to book a free strategy session. And I've dropped the link in the comments, or I think, yeah, it's in the comments. It's in the caption too. It's in the comments and in the caption. I've dropped the link. The first step is to book a discovery call or a strategy session, however it's worded, wherever you see it. Book a call. It's free. It's free. It's time to get you unstuck. It's time to get you out of the quicksand. It's time to get you focused on what really matters and situated in a space where there's no judgment to think big. There's no judgment to dream big. There's ample support for you going against the grain and going to get what's yours. Everybody's not going to understand, and that's okay. And that's exactly why I created the space that I've created, the spaces that I've created for my clients, because I get it. Whew. I get it. There aren't many spaces for go-getters like us to just be held, be seen, be supported, and be held gently accountable for going and getting what it is that we're supposed to go and get, if we so choose. You know, it's all about a choice. So if you choose to do nothing, just know that you chose that. You know, if you choose to continue showing up in spaces that no longer serve you, you chose that, and I just need you to own it. But if you are making a decision that something's got to give, something's got to change, something's got to shift, and you're going to do something about it, just do it. Just do it. So again, I want to invite you to pivot with purpose, pivot in purpose, and get paid. And the first step to doing that, I've taken the guesswork out of it for you. Just click the link either in the caption or in the comments and book a discovery call. And let's have a conversation and let's see what next might look like for you. Okay?